AI has already replaced thousands of jobs. And if you think yours is safe, you might be wrong. In this video, you're going to find out exactly which jobs AI is taking over, which ones are still holding their ground, and what you can do to make sure your career doesn't end up as a casualty. The first job that AI is already hitting hard is entry-level copywriting. These are the people who used to get hired to write straightforward articles, social media posts, or product blurbs for companies. Now, tools like ChatGPT can produce that kind of content almost instantly. A small business owner might need a quick description for a new item on their website. They can head over to ChatGPT and give a prompt like this. Within seconds, they've got a paragraph that reads well enough to post. A junior writer might charge $20 or $30 an hour, but an AI subscription could cost $10 a month and handle dozens of tasks. For someone just starting out in copywriting, this is a problem. Companies don't need as many beginners when they can lean on machines for the basics, leaving fewer openings for people trying to break into the field. If you're someone who's been doing this work, you've probably noticed the gigs drying up, especially the simple ones that used to be a reliable paycheck. Customer support agents are another group watching their jobs change fast. This used to be a steady role for people who didn't mind talking on the phone or typing replies all day. You'd help someone track a package, reset a password, or figure out why their bill looked wrong. Today, chatbots are taking over those everyday tasks. These aren't the clunky bots from a decade ago that just parroted canned responses. Modern AI, built on systems like those from OpenAI, can understand questions, pull up order details, and even guide you through basic troubleshooting steps without a human stepping in. In 2023, Goldman Sachs predicted that 300 million jobs will be lost or degraded by AI, and customer service is one of the biggest areas getting hit. Think about a company like Amazon or a bank. They get thousands of calls a day, and a lot of them are routine, like, "When's my delivery coming?" or "How do I log in?" A bot can handle those in seconds, pulling info from a database and typing out an answer faster than a person could even pick up the phone. Companies save a ton by cutting back on staff, especially for overnight shifts when hiring people gets expensive. That doesn't mean every customer support job is gone. If you've got a complicated problem, like a double charge on your account that needs explaining, a human still has to sort it out. Machines aren't great at handling frustration or figuring out messy situations where the rules don't apply. But the simple tasks, the bulk of the calls, that's shifting to AI. For someone working in a call center, this means the job isn't disappearing completely, but it's shrinking. The roles that stick around are the tougher ones, where you need patience and problem solving, not just a script. If you're in this field, you might have seen the team sizes getting smaller or the focus moving to escalations instead of first-line support. Data entry is facing an even steeper drop. This was always a job about precision and repetition. People would sit at desks, typing numbers from forms into spreadsheets, logging receipts, or updating customer records. It wasn't glamorous, but it paid the bills for a lot of people. Now, AI can do all of that in a fraction of the time. Software can scan a pile of paper invoices, read the handwriting or printed text, and enter the details into a system in minutes. It doesn't typo, it doesn't need a lunch break, and it doesn't complain about being bored. A 2025 McKinsey report on the workplace said tasks tied to collecting and processing data are some of the most straightforward for AI to automate. Take a logistics company as an example. They used to have clerks recording shipment weights, dates, and destinations from paper logs. Today, a scanner paired with AI pulls that info straight from the labels and updates the tracking system automatically. The human error rate drops to nearly zero, and the company doesn't need a room full of people doing the same task all day. This change happened fast because the tech is so good at pattern recognition. Anything that involves taking raw info and organizing it, AI can handle. That includes jobs like updating databases for insurance claims or entering sales figures for a retailer. If you've done data entry, you know how much of it is just copying what's in front of you. Machines see that as a playground, and businesses see it as a way to cut costs. For workers, it's a signal that these roles are fading. Not because the work isn't needed, but because the way it's done doesn't need humans anymore. Graphic designers, especially those who are starting out, are noticing a similar trend. Tools like Midjourney and Canva's AI features have completely changed how basic design work is done. These programs let anyone create decent visuals without much skill. A restaurant owner might want a flyer for a weekend special. They go to Canva, pick a flyer template, type in pizza deal, red and yellow, and the AI adjusts the layout, colors, and fonts to fit. Creative jobs tied to repeatable skills are vulnerable because AI can mimic them cheaply. Before, that owner might have paid a beginner designer $50 or $100 to make the flyer. Now, They spend $5 a month on a subscription and call it a day. The result might not be groundbreaking, maybe the spacing is off, or the style feels generic, but for small businesses, it's fine. This doesn't mean all design work is at risk. If you're a talented and experienced designer crafting a full brand identity or a custom illustration, AI isn't touching that yet. It can't think through a client's vision or tweak a concept based on feedback the way a person can. But for the entry-level market, the quick and dirty jobs like social media graphics or basic logos, the competition is fierce. If you're just getting into design, you've probably felt this pinch. Clients want fast and cheap, and AI delivers both, leaving less room for newcomers to build their portfolios with those starter projects. Not every job is sliding toward the edge, though. Some fields are standing firm, and others are growing because of AI. Let's look at which jobs are likely to stay safe and why that matters for you. AI engineers are at the center of this whole movement. They're the ones designing the systems that power all this automation. Every chatbot answering a customer, every tool spitting out a design. It all comes from code someone wrote. Companies can't automate the humans who create the automation, so this field is expanding, not shrinking. If you're someone who's always been curious about tech or likes figuring out how things work, this is a real option. The demand is there, and it's not slowing down anytime soon. Cybersecurity specialists are another group that's staying strong. AI can help by scanning networks and flagging obvious threats, like a virus trying to sneak in. But the real challenge is bigger than that. Hackers are using AI too, crafting attacks that adapt and hide better than ever. Companies need people who can outthink those threats, not just react to them. Businesses are investing heavily in AI, which also means more digital risks to manage. A cybersecurity expert might spend their day digging into a breach, figuring out how it happened, and building a fix to stop it next time. Or they're testing a company's systems, looking for weak spots before the hackers do. It's a cat-and-mouse game that needs human creativity and logic, not just raw computing power. As more of our lives move online, this job isn't going anywhere. Creative directors are holding their own too. AI can whip up a nice image or a snappy tagline, but it can't steer the ship. A creative director looks at a company and decides what it needs to say, how it should feel, and who it's talking to. They pull together writers, designers, and marketers to make that happen. Roles that depend on collaboration and creative problem-solving are less likely to vanish. Take a big ad campaign as an example. AI might generate a first draft of a poster, but the director shapes the message, picks the style, and makes sure it connects with people. That's not something a machine can figure out because it's about understanding emotions and culture, not just following a formula. If you're in this kind of role, you're safe because you're the one driving the ideas, not just executing them. Business strategists are in a good spot too. Companies need people to look ahead and decide what's next, whether it's launching a new product or staying ahead of a competitor. AI can crunch numbers and spot patterns, like a dip in sales or a spike in demand. But it doesn't get the human side of business, the part where you have to guess what customers want or how employees will react. Business roles will shift more than disappear. A strategist might see data showing a market slowing down, then talk to people and realize it's about trust, not price, and plan accordingly. That mix of facts and intuition keeps them valuable. AI can support the process, but it can't replace the judgment call at the end. So what does all this mean for you? It's time to adapt. Some jobs are fading away, others are popping up, and a lot are just evolving. If you're in a job that involves a lot of repetitive tasks, it may be time to develop other relevant skills, like crisis management, coding, and project management. It's also important to be unique and authentic and lean into what sets you apart. The reality is that automation reshapes work. It doesn't kill it. New roles emerge as old ones fade. Think about how cars replaced horses a century ago. Drivers of carriages lost work, but mechanics, road builders, and gas station workers stepped in. AI's doing that now, just faster. Look at your job and see if it's heavy on routine. If it is, dip your toes into something new, even just an hour a week. Play with AI tools yourself to understand what they can and can't do. That hands-on feel gives you an edge. If you're in a strong spot, keep sharpening what you've got. The world's shifting, and you can shift with it. How is AI affecting your job? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this helpful or interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this.